What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike back with the Entre Short for Entrepreneur. And in this video, we're going to be doing not only a spot market update, but tips and tricks on how to help you make $4,000 to $5,000 a week as a hotshot truck in 2025. Going over lane rate data that you guys suggested in last week's video. If you want to see your city and state in next week's video, make sure you drop that down in the comment section. Also, this video is sponsored by LogRock, the best trucking insurance agency. If you guys need a quote, whether you're a new business or existing business, hotshot, box truck, cargo van, semi truck watching this video, make sure you guys click the link in the description or call the number below. And with that, let's finally get into the video. All right, guys, with that being said, we are on the Truckstop load board, currently on the flatbed section, because of course you guys are a flatbed hotshot, going over where loads are pretty hot in the market, right? So this is where there's extremely high outbound density. You can see how many loads are coming out compared to how many trucks are coming in or loads coming in. But I do want you guys to know that this is only using Truckstop data. This isn't the full picture, but it's a pretty good picture of how the market is doing. And of course, you want to be in areas where they are red, or AKA hot, then cold. Although the load to truck ratio is higher in Southeast and South Central, this doesn't always reflect into the rate per mile. For flatbed, it kind of does for right now, but I'm just letting you know this isn't the only metric that you want to check. So this is the load density showing trucks coming in and out. We also want to look at the load to truck ratio. What you can see, it looks like the Southeast, as far as load density and loads to truck, is the best at this current time. All right, guys, now that we have seen where the highest load to truck ratio and load densities are in the nation, we're going to go over into the heat map. You guys have been giving me some good compliments on this map lately for truckstop.com, so we're going to keep using it. If you guys want to see it the old way, I want you to drop that down in the comment section, and we'll just kind of do it based on what you guys think. All right, guys, this is what I refer to as the heat map. I already have the first search up for Hotshot, Baltimore, Maryland. So I've already searched. What we're going to do right now is just look up the highest rate and rate per mile for this city and state at the current time. Highest rate is 3,300 bucks. And if you guys want to see the mileage, you're going to have to look over into the right, and then the rate will be over here on the left. And then of course it'll have the rate per mile for the ones with posted mileage. All right, so we got Shady Grove, PA to Phoenix, Arizona. That's the highest rate at 3,300 bucks. We got Brooklyn, New York to Alamo, Texas for 3,200 bucks. Then we have Northeast Maryland to Los Angeles, California at 2,800 bucks. So let's look at what the highest rate per mile is looking like. 12.77 a mile. So 1,800 bucks. They go from New York to Elkton, Maryland. So 141 miles for 1,800 bucks. That may be an OD load. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at another decent rate. Let's see, 675 for 102 miles. Not bad. Going from Ariel, New Jersey. Of course, it's going to Brooklyn, New York. So probably not going to be taking any of those. The main thing I want you guys to take out of this is just seeing how many loads are picking up within the radius of Baltimore, Maryland, and you can kind of see where they're going. So I really enjoy just giving you guys a visual, not only just talking about city and states and rates, but you can actually see the loads as they are on the board. So give me a second to look at the next one. As you can see, I got the YouTube video up there. All right, next search result we got is El Paso, Texas. Pretty sure this is, it's a dead zone. I don't expect too much to be out of here. We had 248 in Baltimore. What are we going to have out of here? 10. Whopping 10 loads out of El Paso. 248 in Baltimore and 10 in El Paso. So this is a great way for you guys to kind of see your market matters. Where you put your truck is, can be the betterment or detriment to your company. So you want to be very careful when starting out. For this carrier who probably is coming out of El Paso, we don't even have to stay on the board long, because you can see the rates that are posted all in ones. Like this shows all like the highest 10 loads for each. So because there's only 10 loads, you can just see them all. I'm not even gonna stay on it too long, but thank you for the suggestion just to kind of prove this point further. All right, so we got another Texas one. We got Odessa, Texas. So let's see what Odessa's looking. I'm guessing it's West Texas though, so probably not too sexy. Yeah, around the same area. 30 lows instead of 10, but not really much better. You don't want to go anywhere where there's only this many lows available. Highest rate is $1,800, $1.34. They go from Lubbock, I guess, Texas to Kings Mountain, North Carolina. $1,600 to go from Odessa, Texas to Darien, Wisconsin. So there is a place in Odessa. It's a few pickups directly coming out of Odessa. So that's a good sign. You know, it might be a plant. Who knows what the equipment type is on this, but you know, that's interesting. But outside of that, pretty much a dead zone. Highest rate per mile is $2 a mile, 650 miles for 1,300. Going from Seminole, Texas to Mesa, Arizona. Is that this one right here? Okay, it's right here. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I really like this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the next city and state. Let's get out of Texas. Next one we have is Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Okay, a lot of lows out of here. Well, 132. I won't say a lot. This is pretty much the standard, like the normal. Highest rate we got $3,200 going from Brooklyn, New York to Alamo, Texas. So pretty good bit of deadhead to get the Brooklyn, but you guys get the point. It's still a low within that area in that radius. $3,100 to go from New Hampshire to Cali. Got $2,800 to go from Littleton, Massachusetts to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a lot of mileage for that type of rate. And let's go ahead and go to the highest rate per mile. We got 909 to go 33 miles. So $300. We're not really too excited about that. But one thing with those short hops is though, you know, you get those loads and you're able to get them off within an hour. You know, you got $300 to pay for your fuel for the day to go another, you know, 400 or 500 miles if you got that on your clock. So then we have, let's see what's interesting out of here. I'm trying to look at the rate. Yeah, maybe 850 to go 232 miles. That's probably the best load that's on here besides this one. Newark, New Jersey going to New Hampshire. But all of these are just staying in the Northeast. It's a lot of loads going from the Northeast to the Northeast. I would probably be trying to get a load around like PA, Ohio area to start heading west. But that's just me. I'll be trying to get out of this little bubble because rate just doesn't pay that well in this area. Unless you're going to stay in this area, but it's high cost, like for fuel, expenses for hotel. Yeah, it's just high cost, man. Get to that Midwest. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next area. All right, next we got Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Got 121 results. Let's go ahead and look at the highest rate coming out of here. Got $3,500 to go from Asheville, North Carolina to Shreveport, Louisiana. Pretty nice rate per mile too. 806 miles for $3,500. After that, we got $1.69 to go from Hope Mills, North Carolina to New Mexico. So 1,770 miles for $3,000. Of course, that is negotiable. Let's go ahead and look at the highest rate per mile coming out of here. $7 a mile, but it's only 34 on the mile, so we're not going to look at that one. Let's look at this one, $480 a mile. So 177 miles for $850. Going from Russellville, Tennessee over to South Carolina. So that's not too bad in itself. Not too bad of rates. I mean, I've been getting a lot of requests for the Northeast and I guess Southeast and South Central. Well, guys, that's it for this video. We did not have a lot of requests on last week's video due to the viewership. So if you guys are watching and you're just curious, you're watching this video and you want to see your city and state, make sure you drop that down. I'll see you in next week's video. Like I said, if you guys need a commercial truck and insurance quote, check the link in the description and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.